Hello friends, today I am going to teach you Java compilation process. It is another video in the Java series. In the first class, we have learned what is Java, what is the concept of Java, and what is language, communication, what is binary, what is the use and application of Java language in various fields. So today we are going to understand what is Java compilation process. Now students, before we understand what is Java compilation, let us understand what is compilation and why it is required. Okay? Students, as you know that computer understands binary language. For example, it understands 0 and 1. It can also be called a machine language. Computer understands machine language 0 and 1. It does not understand our language. For example, now these are the symbols which have been created by us. We refer to as language alphabets. But these alphabets are unrecognizable by Java. So how do they will understand? They need a translator or converter, okay, which will translate these language or these symbols into binary language. For example, source program. Students, as you can see that this is a source program, x is equal to a plus b. Now x is equal to a plus b is not identifiable by computer. So this code or this symbol needs to be converted into binary digits. So we need a compiler. It is like a translator. Suppose somebody has come from Japan and this person is speaking Japanese language. That person is not going to understand our language. Neither we are able to communicate our language to the person who is speaking Japanese. Now, in that, we need a translator, an interpreter who can convert our language, it could be in Hindi, English, Arabic, any language, into Japanese language, and from Japanese to our language, our local language, or mother language. This is the work of a translator and interpreter. Every programming language has a interpreter or compiler. Okay? Compiler, interpreter, and what we call translator or assembler. All these three things or three software perform the only one function, and that is the function of translating. Compiler, interpreter, and assembler. Earlier we had assembly language, and in assembly language there was a compiler which is also called assembler that used to convert your local codes, the codes which is written in our language, into machine language. Before that there were binary language. Now these language never requires an interpreter because this is the language of the machine. Machine understand it. But with the advancement of the technology, when the language, when these series of binary digits were given a symbolic code, mnemonic codes, then there's a requirement felt of a converter, and that called assembler. After that, we required interpreter and compiler. Now, what is the difference between compiler and interpreter? What is the difference? Both these softwares program performs only one function, and that is translating. That's it. Now compiler and interpreter. Suppose your program is of 10 lines. Interpreter first will check if there is any error in the program. If there is any error in the program, it will going to immediately intimate you by underlining the errors. Now, whereas compiler do the same function all at once. Interpreter, suppose if there are 50 lines and there are 10 lines have error in it. So first it will read the first line, it will intimate you, inform you that there is an error, please correct it. Then it will come out, then we'll check the second line. If the second line is correct, then it will again go to third line. Third line is wrong, it will stop the program. It will not move to the next line. This is the work of the interpreter. Whereas compiler will check all the 10 errors and it displays all at once before you that in these lines there are 10 errors, please check it. Then I will proceed further. Then I will convert your program, your source program into machine code. Okay, this is the work of compiler, difference between compiler and interpreter. Okay, now what is Java compilation process? Source code, your program is converted into Java bytecode. Now students, earlier the program, the assembler or interpreter used to translate your source program into machine code, which depends upon the particular operating system. But with the advancement of the technology and with the hard work of the scientists, they were able to develop a program, a language which is independent of the platform, and Java is one such language. The compiler of Java, it does not produce straight away the machine code, it actually produces the Java bytecode. Straight away compiler produces Java bytecode, and after that Java bytecode is interpreted into the machine code. Ultimately, all language needs to be converted into machine code. Okay. Now, for our for our own benefits, this interpreter and compiler plays a very important role in compilation. Okay. So in Java, programs are also compiled as well as interpreted. Programming languages such as C were only interpreted or compiled. Only one thing will take place. But in Java, the program is also compiled and also interpreted. Two things are there. This is called Java compilation process. Okay, and this feature makes it platform independent. Are you studying me? Because once it is converted into Java bytecode, this bytecode can be run into any computer machine. It could be an HP, Dell, Samsung, or any operating system, because most of the operating system have Java pre-installed in it, and Java is going to immediately identify and recognize this Java bytecode, and the interpreter or the compiler which is present in that machine, which is performed by the JVM, is immediately converted into machine code. If you have any query, you can comment me. Okay, thank you very much for watching. See you in my next video.